Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and we've got just a couple of stories to update you on a day where the market is going sideways yet again. Bitcoin is trading at just over 30,149 to be exact. Everybody's kind of leaning into the red, not looking like it's doing much of anything, actually. Well, SBI is doing something. They're setting up another bank with Ripplenet for cross-border remittances. We just had a bombshell dropped in the last hour from Ashish Birla. He's the general manager of Ripple. And there is a writer, Justin Wise. He's a senior reporter in the legal industry in Washington, D.C., and he put out a very revealing article on Gensler. I want to talk about that. All right, everybody, let's get right to it. Let's start with the tweet from Ashish Birla. This is a long tweet. There's 12 tweets in the thread, but I think some of them are worth looking at. After 9 amazing years, he's decided to wrap up his day job at Ripple. And luckily, he's not going to go far as he has joined the board of directors, where he'll continue to provide input on company vision and strategy, and hasn't decided what's next, but plans to continue building in crypto. And then it goes on to say that in the past few days, he's had a chance to reflect on where we've come from and how much we've accomplished, both as Ripple and as an industry, through some memorable moments and launches over the years. Then he shows this picture of, I guess it's the early picture of the team and the first office they ever had. He makes some comparisons which are interesting. The largest crypto exchange back then, when he first got started at Ripple, was Mt. Gox. Was here in Japan, and then is now Binance. And the daily volume back then was just $2 million a day. Unbelievable. Today it is 70 billion. The market cap was just a mere 1.6 billion. Today it is 1.3 trillion. Still, we have a lot of making up to do because it's been up to over 2 trillion. So yeah, we've got a ways to catch up. And then it goes on to say that in the last, within the few weeks of joining, actually Stripe tried to acquire them. Ultimately, the deal fell through shortly after the dinner that is pictured here at El Tepa Taqueria in San Francisco. But who knows what crypto would look like today if Stripe had gotten into the industry in 2013. I've seen this picture a few times. This one is interesting. This is when he was at Bitcoin Magazine. Vitalik worked out of their office in December 2013, and he remembers talking to him about early smart contract concepts. And we made him an offer to be an intern at Ripple, but he couldn't get a visa sorted out. So he later spoke at the first Swell conference. You can see Vitalik here. And gosh, 2013, Vitalik was wearing his unicorn shirts back then. How interesting. Okay, and then the sixth tweet of 12 says that they piloted Ripple Pay, a functional credit card where you could use XRP to make everyday purchases using the XRPL DEX to convert any cryptocurrency into XRPL wallet into USD. Unfortunately, no card network was willing to come within a 10-foot pull of crypto at the time. Wow, they were so ahead of their time, right? I mean, just think of all the crypto cards now. When Ripplenet first launched, crypto liquidity in the market was too limited to support crypto-enabled payments at scale, so we laid the foundation for RN with fiat first. RN. I'm probably going to think why in the heck I couldn't remember at the time I'm reading this what RN is for. Something with fiat first. RN. Oh, I know it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I couldn't think what that was, but it's just not coming to me at this moment. While continuing to iterate on a product that should also use crypto liquidity when the timing was right. This is going to bug me. I'm probably going to think, oh, I should re, re, re-record this portion. So we laid the foundation for RN with fiat first. With foundation for RN. Oh, Ripplenet. God, of course. Sorry, guys. It was driving me crazy, but it wasn't intuitive to me. Number 8. In 2018, the timing was finally right for the first production ODL transaction. And I think he meant to say AKA, also known as. Yeah, I think he accidentally put the F in there. Yeah, because it was known as XRapid at that time. And this was a huge milestone, launching the first production cross-border use case that leveraged crypto asset at scale, despite lots of external skepticism. Yeah, boy, I remember. That was October 2018, right? October 2018? Yeah, I think it's October 2018. Then number 9, also in 2018, yeah, it was 2018, at Hodges, this is Sarah Hodges, hosted an amazing crypto dinner in April with 2-Bit Idiot, everybody knows that, that's Ryan Salkus, David Balter, and Gary Gensler. He goes on to say that Salkus was a lot nicer in person. And Gary Gensler was interested in learning about the intersection of crypto and finance. What happened? Yeah, with a questioning emoji. This is Ryan Salkus. He's not necessarily the kindest person to Ripple, the company, nor the digital asset XRP, still yet today. All right, number 10, back to Ripple. I'm incredibly proud of the Ripplenet team as Ripplenet continues to hit new milestones. In 2021, we previewed the new alpha products like Liquidity Hub, and Ripplenet hit 1 billion in monthly volume. We've got from 3 to 25 plus payout markets for XRP-powered payments today. And lastly, I want to thank Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, who gave me invaluable opportunities and many, many lessons learned along the way at Ripple. I'm honored to join the board and continue to be a part of the company. And then he added a picture of Brad's first day at Ripple. He looks the same, right? He hasn't changed a bit. And then finally, number 12 is to Monica Long. We started at Ripple in the trenches together, just 2 weeks apart. I can't think of anyone better suited to take the torch and lead the Ripplenet team. That makes me think that that's who is going to take that position, which is general manager of Ripplenet. She is right now the general manager of Ripple X. So chances are maybe she'll run both, or maybe she'll move over to the Ripplenet side and someone will be promoted to Ripple X. We'll just have to wait and see. But, life goes on, and don't expect anything to be constant except change. So this is, best of luck to him for sure. He's put in a lot of years. All right, let's keep it moving along. SBI, which is the largest outside shareholder of the company Ripple and just a huge supporter of the digital asset XRP, has signed a partnership with Gamagori City in Aichi Prefecture starting July 1st. They employ many foreigners in this part of Japan because of the manufacturing plants that are heavily concentrated there. And so since the borders have opened back up just in the last 2 weeks, companies are expected to go on a hiring spree, and they will activate Ripplenet for the financial services of fast and cheap remittances back to their home countries. They're going to do it in 12 languages, and they're working with the Gamagori Shinkin Bank. So another bank getting set up for the international remittances. And we already have ODL running into the Philippines from here. It's just a matter of time before it goes into Vietnam, into places like Thailand, into places like South Korea. All of those rails are laid, and now it's just getting the regulatory agreements within those countries to use the digital asset. And it's coming, everyone. It really is coming. If you're a stat junkie like I am, you'll enjoy looking at these numbers of nationalities that are in Japan. You can see that 716,000 people from China make up the largest portion of foreign residents, followed by Vietnam, then Korea, Philippines, Brazil, Nepal, Indonesia, USA, Taiwan, and then Thailand. And if you notice to the very far right there, you'll see that the numbers have decreased. Yeah, this country has lost a lot of its foreign workers, which has been super hard on the country because it depends a lot on foreign workers because this is a declining population, and there's a workers shortage. Definitely, it's amazing to me that the kids that graduate from college, the employment of their new jobs upon getting all their jobs set up before they actually graduate, it's something like 96% have jobs ready and waiting for them before they even graduate. It's unbelievable. But I thought maybe you would enjoy this. Okay, and now let's just take a look at that story about Gensler. This is a Law 360 article, which is usually behind a paywall, and it's curious that this article was not. They are citing 22 mid to senior level SEC officials have left since May 2021. This turnover is higher than normal, and litigators are really trying to move cases, but feeling the frustration. The law firms then, in turn, are seeing a 50% increase in the demand for assistance relating to this SEC defense. They have this uptick in enforcement, and Gensler's approach to the enforcement has just left a lot of these attorneys feeling vexed. And Gensler, who is not a lawyer, is driven by economics, as it says. In fact, it goes on to say that people are getting out at a good time, that this place is becoming a crazy town. Oh, gosh. And someone else is telling Law 360 that the agency is pushing cases with weakness and that he's leaving because he likes to try cases and also likes to win. The former SEC official who left to enter private practice, he said he was looking down the pipeline at the types of cases that the SEC is going to bring and not seeing a path towards victory on the SEC side. He's getting out of Dodge before it gets any worse. Gensler has asked for $2.15 billion and 400 new staff positions in his 2023 budget. I just see this as a big train wreck. When you listen, if you listened to the court case call with Ripple just the other day and heard the lead attorney trying to argue her point with Judge Netburn, it was so bad. And I just, you just have to wonder, was that the best they had, or have they just given up and they just threw somebody in kind of a baptism by fire to get some experience? But I think it was just disastrous. How embarrassing actually for her. She was way out of her competency level. And I felt bad for her. It was just painful. And so if this case, the Ripple case, is so important, you would think that the SEC would put their best people forward, right? And if that's the best they have, oh my gosh, I think they're going to be losing a lot of cases. Yeah, crazy town. That's going to be kind of interesting to see. All right, everybody, let's jump to the fluff. I imagine many of you watching this video know who PewDiePie is. He is, well, quite famous. 111 million subscribers. Last year in 2021, he was the highest earning YouTuber, and he's been #1 for many, many years. He's a YouTuber from Sweden originally, and then moved to the United States. 3 years ago, he decided he wanted to move to Japan. So he started the paperwork. I watched one of the videos where he talked about it took 600 emails to actually achieve the visa that he is acquiring. It's a 5-year visa, which is a business visa. There's a lot of requirements to that. You have to rent space in the city that you're moving to. You have to have so much capital. You have to have employees. You have to have a Honko registered. It's a big deal to come in on a well, for an individual to come in on a business visa. It's a big deal. So it took him a year to get that visa in place, but just in time, of course, that the country shut down. We haven't had any foreigners able to enter for nearly 2 years. It just opened up in the last 10 days. And so when he got his visa, he then was put on hold. And finally, he has arrived. And I just want to tell you that if you're interested in getting his perspective of what it's like when you first move here as a foreigner, I have to say he's fun to watch. You know, this is just such a different country in so many ways, and his take isn't surprising at all to me. It's what every foreigner goes through when they first get here. He's just citing them in his style that he does on YouTube, which I think would be enjoyable for anybody who's curious, because he's got that, newbie, first time experience syndrome. I also can tell he's been practicing his Japanese while he's been preparing. He's dedicated, though. I mean, think about it. He started that process 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm happy. And I know he's somewhere close to me because he was in Ebisu 2 days ago on his video. And he says that nobody that is Japanese recognizes him. Of course not. But he has been recognized by some foreigners already. And I don't doubt I'll be on the lookout for him also. And I would like to tap his shoulder and say, hey, gambatte kudasai, which means good luck. But he, I think he even bought a house somewhere here in the city. So, I guess he's really going to give it a try. I hope it works out for him. I hope he has a great experience. He came with his wife and 2 pugs, 2 dogs. And, I'm kind of looking forward to watching his channel now. I wasn't ever a big fan of his. I would catch him every once in a while, but I am now really interested to see how his transformation goes. And let's just hope it goes well, because for a lot of people, Tokyo either sucks you in or spits you out. So I hope he gets sucked in, because it would be a shame if he feels like it just spit him out. But since he's working virtually and doesn't have to actually go into the corporate salaryman life, I think he'll be okay. It's a kind of a tough life to do the commuting on the trains and the adjustments to the Japanese companies are just so different than in America. I mean, there's just so many differences. And so, I think he's going to be okay. But I do know, I started to say, I do know that he has been learning Japanese because he found a little praying mantis on his deck, I guess, and he was speaking Japanese to it. Then he let the praying mantis out down on the bottom floor, out into the garden. So I could tell, okay, you've been working on your Japanese, and it actually sounded pretty good. And being Swedish and already being bilingual, I think that probably helped him get a start for learning a third language, no doubt. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and you might want to catch some of his videos if you're looking to see Tokyo through the eyes of someone who just moved here. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye bye.